dear Catherine, dear Elizabeth, dear colleagues, dear friends, it's really a great pleasure to take part in this introduction stage of this European event today on behalf of Jean Basser as Vice President of WAPES European Region. Labour market integration for refugees, the role of public employment services. The topic of this workshop, organized jointly by our Swedish colleagues who warmly host us, German and Austrian guests, is clearly relevant in the current situation of our environment and of the labour market in our region. Europe is facing great challenges, and firstly, a humanitarian crisis on a huge scale. 2015 and the beginning of 2016 saw now near 1.3 million people sought asylum in the European Union, arriving mostly from Syria, Afghanistan, Iraq, and partly countries across Asia and Africa. This involves huge human suffering and practical challenges for reception, housing, education, healthcare, and integration in the new host country with European political agreement for relocation. Of course, focus on integration is a great employment, social policy, and inclusion issue in this specific situation of urgency and in a context of pre-existing challenges in Europe as poverty, youth, long-term unemployment, skills mismatch, vulnerability, but also in a context of pre-existing large experience. In the process of integration for refugees, there are similarities shared by many European states, but also great differences. In the labour market situation, in the labour market policies, and for the mandate and responsibility of public employment services as or not, the first body and organization faced the refugees in their overall process of integration. If it's not the first stage, administrative or first contact one, in all the cases, public employment services will face interacting with other partners for facilitating access to the labour market, and we all know that employment integration is the key of the successful overall process of integration. Of course, most of the difference concerns the amount of refugees inflows regarding the situation of the labour market and affecting the national labour market, growing part of the potential labour forces, increases of informal economy, social dumping issues, etc. This workshop will be a forum for introducing with expert views regarding the entrance of refugees into the labour market, including the debate and the discussion on the challenges of labour market and for public employment services. But mainly, we will share, debate, concrete practices and experiences from our colleagues. Large impact and large input for Sweden, Germany, Austria, but also for other lot of countries. And we will share situation, share experience on how to manage inflows from the low skills and high skilled workers, which tools and processes for the identification and assessment of the qualification competencies, support in a concrete way to facilitate access to the labour market, cooperation with other actors, employers, civil society, NGO, relevant actors on a local situation for it. The challenge as addressing to a European labour market and public employment services is huge. Experience for refugees may be or would be disseminated for other or our vulnerable publics, because I think it's a transversal and disseminating process we have to face to now. We are going to learn a lot and to share concrete solutions and debate during these 2 days. Once again, WAPES, World Association for Public Employment Services, with here 18 or 19 countries represented, is added value. It's a platform for exchange, mutual learning between public employment services. I'm sure, and you are sure with me, it will be successful for it. So many thanks for all of you, of course for the organization, and for all the contribution, either because you are a speaker, or either because you are going to debate and then discuss into the workshop. We will, of course, assess together the results at the end of this day and at the end of tomorrow day, and I hope we will have together good and successful, efficient work. Thank you.